been the difference? Back-to-back games that look like two really good defensive games for you.
Yeah, our players are more locked in on what we're doing. We're changing defenses a lot, which I'm really pleased with how they've handled that, and I think that's done a job as far as keeping the other team off balance offensively. I'm real pleased with the defensive effort. To combined, I think we held them, those two teams, at right at 38% from the field and lower 60s. And some of it is offensive shot selection as well. We have better defensive balance because we're not jacking up quick shots. We're taking pretty good shots. We still need to get better in that area and take great shots. But for the most part, we've executed offensively instead of going down and taking a shot from the corner when the offensive set has everybody flat to the baseline where that thing can get out and the other team can go in transition. So our offensive efficiency scoring and getting to the free throw line has allowed us to get our defensive set a little bit more. And then, we were at home. And everybody in this league right now is playing better at home for the most part, and that probably had a little bit to do with it as well. But pleased with where we stand right now, as long as we keep improving every day. We've been better this week. Had a really good week of practice.
Kishanen does what she does, but who has been the biggest impact player for you over the last couple of weeks? After that,
probably Bria. She's done an outstanding job since, we were playing her early in the year as a six man coming off the bench and somebody who could play every position on the floor for us. So she was a very valuable person in that role. But when she got her opportunity to start because of an injury, she played great, and just decided to keep her in that position because she earned it. She went out and had a double-double that game, and she's played really well since and probably playing with a lot more confidence. Still has to get better defensively and not gamble quite as much as she does and get herself out of position. But definitely, she's rebounded some for us, and she scores the ball. I mean, she's not afraid to take a shot, as evidenced by the last shot of the third quarter on Saturday.
Looking at the OVC standings, you have, I think, 6 teams with around 6 wins. Have you ever seen the conference this kind of congested where a win could put you in third place, but a loss could put you out of the tournament?
It was kind of that way last year, but that happened like in the final week because of some things that nobody could see coming. We said it this year, and it really is. You look the other night, SEMO goes to Eastern Illinois and blows them out at Eastern Illinois, where that game was completely different in Cape. And it's just any given night who shows up and plays better that night. 2 through 12, Belmont's the best team. They're clearly better than everybody. But Jacksonville State is down there near the bottom of the league, and Belmont needed a miracle to beat them. They needed great play down the stretch, and Jacksonville State to miss some easy opportunities down the stretch for them to pull that game out. So, anybody can beat anybody, and like you said, we're sitting in. We're in 4th place, tied for 4th place right now. We could finish as high as 2nd. We could finish as low as 12th. Realistically, when you look at the schedule, if things go certain ways and we don't take care of business, you could be the 2 seed or you could be out of the tournament. It really is remarkable. So you got to understand that players have to get better. Our team has to get better every day, and you've got to bring it on Wednesday night when you have your next game.
With the regular season winding down, the men are obviously celebrating senior week. What can you tell us about your seniors coming down the end of this, at the end of this regular season?
I'll start with Kyra. Kyra Gullidge has already graduated, and she was not going to play this 5th year, but just made the decision after last season at the end of the year, decided she was going to miss it too much and wanted to go through another year. And she's done a great job, been selfless as far as you look at what she's done rebounding the basketball. I think right now she's tied for 1st in the league in rebounding, and I would say for somebody who's asked to do as much as she does rebounding and defensive wise, the field goal attempts that she gets are certainly not a high number, and so she provides a lot of stuff for us. That's not always the most praised thing in the world when you're 1 of 1 from the field, but you have 11 rebounds the other night, which was critical, and that gives us an opportunity to win a basketball game. So, she's done a great job as far as that goes. Daniela Pisano, somebody that's worked her way into the starting lineup, just plays hard, does everything you ask her to do, tries to do everything you ask her to do. Kids traveled all the way around the world from Melbourne, Australia, to come over here to get an education and improve her basketball skills. And, I got a lot of respect for anybody that's willing to separate themselves. We're not talking about, you're 2 hours from home. I mean, you're 2 days from home. And, how much she's grown and everything. Really proud of her. And, Leasia Wright, somebody started out her career at Western Kentucky, and things didn't work out great there. But, when her former head coach, Michelle, called me and we had a conversation about her, and she said, hey, I would love her to stay here, but, it's not working out right now. It's not the best thing for her. So, I think you would be a great fit for her and be able to help her. And she's grown a lot. This year, earlier in the year, she was rebounding the ball great. She's had games where she's been great this year and games where she's not been so great. But as a person, she's grown a lot, really matured, really pleased with where she is. And she's already graduated as well. So just really happy with her growth overall, completely. And then you have Crystal James, who came in here 2 years ago. She's been here for 2 years as a junior college transfer, and somebody that, I've said on a few occasions, just watching her in the gym by herself shoot the basketball, the best shooter I've ever coached. And, but we've never gotten the opportunity to really see her play extended minutes and get it done in games because her body has failed her. She had some issues and had a surgery and, sat out. And then, this year she's a 5th-year senior. So because she spent a year sitting out her freshman year at another school. And, this year the foot got better. Everything's been going well. And then she has other injuries that creep up. So her body started to break down on her. And, I look at her, I just feel for her because I know what she's capable of doing if she was healthy. When we signed her, we were expecting her to be 15 to 20 point per game scorer, and she's certainly capable of that at this level. And I hope over these last few games she gets a chance to go in and make sure that, she goes out on her own terms. And, I feel like she has the ability to come in and help our team. Last time we played Eastern Illinois, they playing a lot of zone, and she got in there for a few minutes and hit a couple of threes that gave us a big lift. And, I know that my conversations with her, she's ready if her number is called. But for her on the court, it just hasn't worked out where, she's been able to perform from a physical standpoint. So I certainly feel for her, but really, you talk about a great person who's going to graduate and, an outstanding student, and just really, really proud of all 4 of them.
A little bit about Eastern Illinois and the challenge they'll give you this.
Yeah, Grace Lennox is probably the best point guard in the league, certainly up there, if not the best, in my opinion. She does great on both ends, and she can shoot it, handle it, pass it. She really is somebody who's dedicated herself this year to making sure she's in the best possible shape. She plays 40 minutes a game for them, so it begins with her. They're a team that scores the ball well. They're near the top of the league in field goal percentage. Defensively, they're mixing it up a little more than they were last time we played them. Do a few different things offensively as well. Erica Brown's one of the best rebounders in the league. At 6'2" with extremely long arms. She really causes problems. They have great length, and, that's something that can cause us problems if we're not prepared to go in there and play hard and really attack and be in attack mode for 40 minutes, and that's a tough place to play up there. So we certainly have to be ready. And they're in a position where, the tournament's still in play for them without question. We talked about how jumbled up it is. They could certainly win their last few games and climb up and have a great position in the tournament. So we know they're going to be ready, and they're fighting for their tournament lives, just like probably 8 or 9 of us right now. So, I'm looking forward to the game. I think it'll be a good test to see how our team responds. We've played well a couple of games here at home. Can we carry that over and take it on the road with us?
Will that shot selection and defensive efficiency you talked about, will that be the focal point moving forward?
Yeah, and what we're concerned about today is when we practice today, are we going to be better in practice than we were Saturday? And this process goes until the season ends, and that's our message to our players, and they're buying into that. We have to get better every day. If you're not improving, then you're probably getting worse. There's really not a lot of standing still, in life and in basketball. So we just want to be better today than we were yesterday.